Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Johanna Mar and I have been documenting my journey on how I lost 100 pounds of fat this past year and my life since then. A lot of my content surrounds diet and exercise and also just like vlog and lifestyle, the easiest ways to live your healthiest life. So I asked you over on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, pause, go follow me on Instagram, come back. Thank you. So I asked you on Instagram, what do you want to see this week? And a good majority of you said that you wanted a week of easy, healthy dinners. So that is what we are doing today. Basically what I have done is film myself. This is just a work week. It's 5 days of easy, healthy, and also pretty affordable meals that you can make. It's just my husband and I, but you can easily make these meals bigger, smaller, depending on how many people you're feeding. So follow me along for 5 days of healthy dinners. If you are not subscribed yet, it's free. It takes 5 seconds. I will wait 5 seconds for you to go down and subscribe. Thank you. Now, on to the video. First up, we are going to make a spinach, feta, and tomato seafood pasta. It's exactly what it sounds like. We're going to take some mixed seafood from Trader Joe's, add in a couple handfuls of tomatoes, some spinach, feta, some seasonings to taste, and some oil and garlic. We're going to pop that in the oven for about 20 minutes at 400. Just check on that seafood. And then we're going to cook our pasta in the meantime. Once that seafood is nice and pink, we're going to pop it out of the oven. Then we're going to mix everything together. Make sure you're popping those tomatoes so all the juices come out. It's going to be really liquidy and juicy, but don't worry. We're going to add in our pasta, mix it all together, and it's going to have a really nice consistency. And here you have a super easy, filling, healthy meal. If you don't like seafood, you could always do chicken, but we loved it. Okay, so this is literally the easiest, healthiest dinner that you could possibly make. So if you were ever tired, but you're looking to make something healthy, this is the meal for you. Here we have my lovely husband back at it again. He is cooking some chicken breasts on the grill. He has just covered these with salt and pepper, and that is it. Super easy. Then we are moving on to the bagged salads. If you have never used bagged salads before, I'm about to change your life. They cost like $3. They have everything you need inside. It's perfect portions for about 2 to 3 people. They are my everything. So all you do is just take everything apart, put everything in the bowl, and they usually come with like toppings like croutons or nuts or a salad dressing if you choose to use that. Make sure you spill the cheese everywhere. That's a really important step. And once you've added in all the contents of the bag, you're going to put the lid on and shake it up. Now you could stop there and just put the chicken right in, but I do want to add a little bit more substance to my salad, so I'm going to add some avocado, tomato, and cucumber. My husband's going to go ahead and flip the chicken, and then once that's done, he's going to place it on a plate, and we're going to let that sit for a while to let those juices marinate. Then he's going to cut it open, make sure that it is cooked nicely, which it is, and then slice the rest of it up to add to our salad. And here we have our gorgeous chicken salad, super healthy, filling, and we even had leftovers. Next up, we have a honey lemon garlic salmon with a sort of Greek salad and some steamed carrots on the side. I'll be honest, this was one of those nights where I just found what I could in the fridge to make dinner. I literally had 3 carrots left, so we're going to go ahead and steam those, add a little butter and garlic to them to add a little healthy side. Then moving on to our salmon, we're going to start off with our mixture. So here I have some honey. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of garlic to it. Some lemon juice. The lemon juice I'll put maybe just under a tablespoon. And then we're going to mix this together very carefully. These are 3 very different consistencies, so we want to do this nice and slow so that they are evenly mixed, but we're not spilling them everywhere. After we mix it, we're gonna go ahead and add it to the top of the salmon. You'll notice how I folded in the sides of the tin foil. This is gonna become very liquidy and juicy, and it's also gonna spread even more when it's in the oven. We wanna make sure the salmon is soaking up as much of the juice as possible. So that's why I fold in the sides so that it kind of just rolls right back in to the salmon. Then we're gonna pop that in the oven at 400 for about 12 to 15 minutes. Just keep an eye on it. Then we're moving on to our salad. Here are the ingredients that you're going to need for the tzatziki sauce. Normally I would add a couple more things, but again, we're working with what we got in the kitchen. So I'm gonna add in about 3 tablespoons of yogurt. Then some Italian seasoning. We just measure with the heart around here, so as much as you like. Same thing with the garlic powder, as much as you like. And then with the lemon juice, we want to be a little bit softer with this, so not even a tablespoon, maybe half a tablespoon of that. Mix it in together, nice and even. And we're going to set that to the side for when our salad is ready. On our bed of spinach, I'm going to slice up some tomatoes. You can use however little tomatoes you really like to. And then from there, I am going to slice up some feta. So I'm going to slice a really thin piece, and then I'm going to chop it up fine into little pieces and just pour that right on top of the salad. Again, you can do as much or as little as you would like here. I am so sorry I forgot to film the process of steaming my 3 little carrots here, but I went ahead and added a little bit of butter and some garlic powder, stirred that together. And then just about then, our salmon was ready to take out of the oven. Popped it out. It is absolutely perfect. Here we have the finished product for dinner tonight. We have our honey garlic lemon salmon. We have the rest of the carrots steamed with a little bit of garlic, and then our Greek salad with the homemade tzatziki sauce. This was super delicious, and I felt really accomplished by doing some fridge cleanup as well. Next up, we have a poke bowl. The only difference is the tuna is going to be cooked in this. I'm going to go ahead and show you the ingredients because they might not be the most common household ingredients. First, we have mirin, oyster sauce, and soy sauce. Then we just have some plain white rice. You can use brown rice if you prefer. A cucumber, some seaweed that we actually didn't end up using, but you can if you like. Some sesame seeds to sprinkle over top, and some avocado. While our rice is cooking, we're going to cut up our sides. So slice up our cucumbers into little slices and then cut up our avocado. I just did 1 whole avocado, so each of us are going to get half of one in our bowls. My husband actually marinated the tuna steaks in some oyster sauce and some soy sauce just to give it an even deeper flavor. My husband is also going to cook these because he is just way better at it than I am. Speaking of my husband, here he is to show you a little trick to see if your pan is hot enough to cook with. If you put a little bit of water and it sizzles, it's not hot enough. If you put a little bit of water and it kind of balls up and spreads out and like dances all around the pan like you see here, that's how you know it's hot enough to cook with. First things first, we're going to add some avocado oil to the pan and make sure that it is evenly spread. Then we are going to add our first tuna steak, make sure there's plenty of room to add the second tuna steak, and we're going to allow these to cook on one side for at least a few minutes or so. Then we're going to flip them over to the other side, allow them to cook further. And then once they're finished, we're going to take them out, place them on a cutting board, and let them sit for a while. We don't want to cut them open right away and let all the juices run out. Then we're going to start assembling our bowls, starting off with the rice, then the avocado, and then the cucumber. I like to spread things out, make it look a little aesthetically pleasing, because why not? Now time to cut up our tuna steaks, and they are absolutely perfectly cooked. So here my husband is placing them in the bowls, and we're adding some sesame seeds on top. Then you can always add some of this like wasabi sauce if you want to. You don't need to, adds a little kick. And there you have a healthy, easy poke bowl. Next up, we have some chicken, salad, and sweet potatoes. First thing I'm going to do is cut up my sweet potato into about square-inch cubes, put them on a pan. Then we're going to add some salt, some avocado oil, and some garlic powder. First, we're going to add the oil, just enough to coat all of them. Just a tiny bit of salt. I don't really like to cook with a lot of salt. It's just not super healthy for you, but I understand it enhances the flavor a bit. Then we're gonna add some of the garlic powder and mix that up. Make sure every potato is evenly coated. We're gonna pop that in the oven for about 20 minutes at 400. And next we move on to our salad, which you've seen me make before: spinach, cucumber, feta, tomato. Then my husband has cooked up the chicken for us, same thing as before: salt, pepper on the grill, and he's letting it sit for a while before cutting it up and making sure it's good to go. The potatoes are done, so it's time to plate, and here you have our chicken, salad, and sweet potato. Hi! Someone told me a while ago they really like watching my videos because I'm relatable, which was really nice feedback to receive, because I can say wholeheartedly I am 100% myself in all of my videos. So I'm so glad that people stick around for that. With that being said, whenever I'm filming, I'll always put on a nicer sweater, put on a little bit of bronzer, make myself look a little bit more presentable than I normally would. But my brand is relatability and comfort, easy ways to live your healthiest life. So why am I making it harder for myself? I know putting on a sweater isn't the biggest deal in the world, not difficult at all, but in the spirit of being relatable and comfortable, this is what you get today. The message is, no one cares about what you look like when you're cooking, and I don't want you to think that I always look that good when I'm cooking dinner, because 90% of the time I look like this. We're making salmon, butternut squash, and Brussels sprouts. First things first, we're gonna add our avocado oil all over the pan. Then we're gonna take our salmon and we're gonna make sure that both sides are coated in the oil. From there, we're gonna add our spices, starting off with pepper, paprika, and then with the salt. Notice how I am pouring the salt into my hand and then slowly sprinkling it all over the salmon. This helps control exactly how much salt you wanna put on your salmon and to make sure that it is evenly spread. Next, we're moving on to our butternut squash and our Brussels sprouts. I've gone ahead and just sliced these Brussels sprouts in half, adding just a little bit of salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder on here. Then, of course, some avocado oil, and I'm just gonna stir this all together, make sure that it's nice and evenly spread and coated. I'm gonna put both of these in the oven at the same time at 400, but I'm gonna leave the vegetables in for a little bit longer. So the salmon for about 12 to 15 minutes and the vegetables for about 20 to 30 minutes. And here we have our final healthy meal of the week. Well, there you have it, a work week of healthy, easy dinners. I hope that you were able to learn something new and are able to cook some of these meals soon. I hope you were able to gain the motivation to try some healthier options every so often. As always, please follow me on Instagram and TikTok, everything linked down below. I've also included some more playlists for you, some lifestyle vlogging, fitness routines, more recipes for you. Comment down below what you would like to see next. Please be sure to subscribe and like the video. And with that, I thank you so much for watching and I wish you a lovely day.